You want to, as you're moving forward here in the next several years, you got to try to figure out how much of your game that you play actually translates to the level in which you're trying to play at. So if you're trying to go from here, you're going to try to go to college, you're going to go to the Western Hockey League, how much of your skill and your game and the way and the style in which you play, how much of that is going to translate, and how much of that it was really good for you when you were playing Bantam, but it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to use those skills going forward. And it's a very underrated and under-talked about aspect of player development that I think is really critical for any players to really truly understand what translates and what doesn't translate. So a lot of the stuff that I've been doing, I've tried to keep it as focused on stuff that I believe translates to the next level. Stay away from stuff that I think has a short lifespan. So that's why when we've talked about, initially we talked about, shooting from within 25 feet, like being able to get shots off in traffic, being able to shoot with your feet moving, being able to shoot off of either foot. Those are skills that translate. If you need time and space to be able to shoot the puck and to be effective as a shooter, then that's going to be a problem. Because the higher level you go, the more the ice is going to shrink. And it shrinks because people are bigger, faster, and the time in which you have to make plays and get shots off is dramatically lower. So if you can't shoot through traffic, if you can't change the point of which the puck is being shot, then those 40 goals that you scored in Bantam, I don't know how many of those are going to actually translate. And I have a story about a kid that I'm working with now, who's a kid who plays in OHL, and he scored 37 goals last year. And he's 19 years old, and he can't figure out for the life of him why he's never been drafted and why nobody is coming knocking on his door as a free agent. He can't figure it out. It's like, what more can I do? I got to score 50? So I took a look and I said, look, Tate, get every goal that you scored, put them on a tape, and send them to me, and I'll tell you how many goals you actually scored. And he didn't understand at the beginning. But once I walked through it, he actually only scored about 8 goals that will translate to the next level. He's a guy that likes to score off the rush. He scores a lot of power play and short-handed goals. So you have to assume with a player who's been undrafted and a player who's going to be signing as a free agent that it's unlikely if he goes to play pro hockey he's going to walk into a top 6 role. He's going to have to start at the bottom and work his way up. So in that case, you can take all his power play goals, his short-handed goals, his empty net goals, you can throw them out. Now you're looking at even strength goals. Now how many of those goals are legitimate goals that he's going to be able to carry with him and take with him to the next level? And when we figured it out, there wasn't many. And I said, that's probably the biggest problem. Because no one believes that you're going to be able to score and be an impact goal scorer at the next level. So it's not going to matter in your 20-year-old year if you score 50. It's still not going to matter. The same interest is probably going to be there. You're going to have to make adjustments in how you play, in your willingness to go into high traffic areas and play around the net, score more goals within 10 feet of the net. Be a player that's going to do things like walkouts and wraparounds and getting pucks to the front of the net. Because that's how people score at the next level. If you have a guy shooting from 25 feet with lots of space, it doesn't happen. It's not realistic to score 10 or 12 goals like that at that next level, especially when you're going to play 8, 10, 12 minutes, when before you were playing half, like right now he's playing 20 minutes a night. So that's what I mean about translatable goals and really understanding what that really means.